Galala Malak Yahweh, Wa Yahushai, Bahashem, Racha, Gwadash. Double honors to the elders of Jim Ruel, blessings unto those men, and blessings and salutations to the Akim out there in truth, pushing his word in all sincerity and in honesty. With that being said, Shalom Israel, Barakatah. Today's lesson, Iran's missile city. Let the weak say, I am strong. And when it comes to the scripture of Joel 3:10, it has said, let the weak say, I am strong. In other words, the little nation can no longer be bullied.
We're down to the final moments. We're at final moments. Can't let them have a nuclear weapon.
According to the CFR.org question online, it goes on to say, does Iran have a nuclear weapon? It says, Iran does not yet have a nuclear weapon, but it has a long history of engaging in secret nuclear weapons research in violation of its international commitments. Western analysts say the country has the knowledge and infrastructure to produce a nuclear weapon in fairly short order, should its leaders decide to do so. The United States, Israel, and other Middle Eastern partners regard Iran as a primary threat to their interests in the region and view its potential acquisition of nuclear weapons as a game-changing scenario to be steadfastly prevented by force if necessary, you see? Now, according to this last paragraph, the United States, Israel, and other Middle Eastern partners fully understand that if Iran possesses nuclear weapons, that will be a game changer in the region. But I personally believe that the Iranian regime already has them. After all, the article did say that Iran has a long history of engaging in secret nuclear weapons research and in violation of its international commitments, you see? And one thing to understand is that when it comes to biblical prophecy, it cannot be stopped. It's also prophesied that the Carmanian wild boars of Iran, aka the Persians, will come with great power, you see? Why do you think Iran is showing you its underground missile city? Because they are no longer weak. They have to fulfill the scripture of 2 Esdras 15:30. They shall come out with the dragons of Arabia. Second Esdras 15:28. Behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east. That's right. The appearance thereof from the east. That speaks of the Middle East, which is Western Asia Minor. Now, Western Asia Minor. 2nd Esdras 15 and 29. For the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. And when it comes to the Hebrew word Arab, it simply means mixed. The so-called Arab nation. And when it comes to these so-called Arab nations, they shall come out with many chariots, which goes into that weaponry. That speaks of their weaponry. Also speaks of their tanks, vehicles. Here we have that scripture of 2nd Esdras 15 and 30. Also the Carmanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them. You see, they're going to go join battle with them. And shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. Now, it's not talking about ancient Assyria. It's talking about modern day, which is America. Now, the Carmanians, according to this Wikipedia information, lets you know that it's referring to Iran. That's why it goes on to say, a historical region that approximately corresponds to the current province of Kerman, Iran. That's right. The Carmanians represents the Iranian wild boars of Iran. The Iranians of today are the Persians, and it is prophesied that they shall come with great power. You see? The Carmanians raging, meaning that they shall be stirred up with uncontrollable, violent anger. Raging also means that they shall continue with great force or intensity. And the scripture did say that they shall come with great power, because all the Arab nations will join together in that final showdown of World War III. And when it comes to DJT, he's now beginning to stir up those Carmanians. When they all join together to war, they shall come up against the land of the Assyrians. And the land of the Assyrians is not referring to the ancient land of the Assyrians, but it's referring to modern day America. The modern day Assyrian is Edom, the so-called white race. Remember that the Bible speaks in code, parables, and in mystery. That's why these Christians have a hard time understanding the scriptures. And if you happen to turn on your television, you will see that it is America who is coming up against Iran in these times. That should raise a clue. America is the one coming up against Iran in these times. The scriptures have also said that the least of the flock shall draw them out, which speaks about the small hatters of Amalek drawing out the Americans to war. That's also prophecy. But when it comes to the Iranians, they should not be underestimated, because they have an enormous arsenal at their disposal. From sophisticated and accurate theater ballistic missiles with a range of 1,200 miles, and tactical ballistic missiles, TBMs. They also possess cruise missiles, unmanned systems, and drones. Let the weak say, I am strong. But no longer can the smaller nations be bullied, because they have officially leveled the playing field. They now possess nuclear capability, as in the case of North Korea and other sorts of advanced weaponry. This scripture of 2nd Esdras 15 and 30 has said that the Carmanians shall rage in wrath, and with great power shall they come. And shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians, right, America. And in order for them to do that, They need a long-range missile, which I believe they already have. No longer can these smaller nations be bullied because they have officially leveled the playing field. They now possess nuclear capability and other sorts of advanced weaponry. And this scripture of 2 Esdras 15:30 has said that the Carmanians shall rage in wrath, and with great power shall they come. And tensions are extremely high due to this current Israeli-Hamas war. And as a result, the nations are angry. And if Iran was to get attacked or invaded by the West, that will automatically draw out the Russians to war. The Mosai is holding the cards. He's a god of war. Exodus 15:3. Remember that Russia is now providing unprecedented level of military aid and technical support to Iran. So any attack on Iran will definitely draw out the Russians. We are no longer living in a time of peace, but of war. Also, the time approaches when the allies of America themselves shall betray them. The allies of America shall betray America. Once they implement that CHIP of Revelation 13:16, that third world war cometh quickly, no holds barred, as they say. But it's destined for the smaller nations to have nuclear capability. That's why the scripture of Joel 3:10 has said, let the weak say, I am strong. Meaning that the little guy can no longer be bullied. You see? Let's go over to Joel 3:10. Joel 3:10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. That's right. Let the weak say, I am strong. This is in reference to smaller countries such as North Korea and Iran possessing nuclear capability. They are also strong due to the support and backup of these other superpower nations such as Russia and China. That the weak say, I am strong, is in reference to these smaller countries such as North Korea possessing nuclear capability. They don't call him the Rocket Man for no apparent reason. And these smaller countries are also backed up by stronger superpower nations, as I said earlier. Even though Esau and Edom weakened Russia through their sanctions, it did not work because it is the Lord that is controlling the hand of Russia for that final showdown of Armageddon. But when it comes to these smaller countries, they are no longer weak but strong in the possession of nuclear weapons. That is why the scripture has said, let the weak say, I am strong, you see? But with that being said, Ka'olam Malak Yahweh, Wa Yahushai, Bahashem, Raha, Kodash, and double honors to the elders of Jemez Ruel, blessings unto those men, and blessings and salutations to the Akim out there in truth, pushing his word in all sincerity and in honesty. With that being said, Shalom Israel.